All right, Mexico Beach is having a special meeting right now. We're going to break into it here. It's at 9 o'clock. And if you don't know, I made a prediction. I'll show it to you real quick before we do this. This was back a few days ago. I think it was on Tuesday, maybe. And this was the prediction I made, and boy, people didn't like it. I got a lot of hell over this. Look at that. I said, are these three guys resigning? I made a prediction that they'll resign at the meeting that's going on right now because of the new Florida Ethics Form 6 financial disclosure requirement. There's no way these guys are going to be able to fill that out. I mean, it's a bad liability. You know what I'm talking about? So, and then I made a post. Look at this. The number one concern, Form 6 is the number one issue as small town governments see resignations. So these are just some of the posts. If five more city councilmen or mayors resign because of, like, Mayor Mark Sheldon, Mayor Doctor of Leadership Jesse Nelson, these guys resign. If five of them do, I'm going to wear this hat in public. This hat is got the biggest, I can barely fit through a door. This hat is bold, but I'm going to wear it. It's going to be my celebration hat if they do this. Let's see what else I have for you. So the cat's out of the bag. Look at that. The Tallahassee Democrat has run a story, a report to support an audit of the city of Mexico Beach details a dispute in which the city council members are refusing to allow the mayor to inspect and monitor spending. The cat's out of the bag. What are these three guys going to do? So you say, Bernie, the meeting's going on right now. Are they going to resign right now? Well, this is my thought on that. This is my answer.
I can feel it down in my plums. They're getting a nice bluish hue. Getting ready to take them to the farmer's market. Special 2 plums for 1.
That's my prediction. I'm sticking with the prediction. I'm feeling it down in my plums. I think there's going to be resignations. I don't think, especially Adrian Drama Queen Welly and Jerry Bad. It's a bad liability. We better get to the meeting before it's already started. All right, let's see here. Let's make sure I can pop into this thing. Is it going? Yeah, it's going on right now. Let's get to it. Mexico Beach special meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you. Before we get started, I actually call this meeting, but
where's everybody at?
Try not to cry. And I really thank the community here for all your love, your thoughts and prayers to me and my family. We have felt those, and I really appreciate everything that everybody has done to make this as easy as possible. All right. And call the meeting to order.
Let me just tell you what that was about, if you don't know. 2 weeks ago or so, on a Saturday, Mayor Michelle Miller's daughter was murdered. She was a very, very popular teacher in Bainbridge, Georgia, in her 30s. The community loved her. And news reports say that it was a murder-suicide, that her husband, it was a domestic violence situation, okay? So she's dealing with that as well. But the three councilmen are not there, and neither is the city manager. The city administrator, rather. They don't have a city manager, Chris Hubbard. So let's get back to Michelle Miller, who has opened up this meeting. But nobody's there except for her and Councilwoman Linda Hamilton.
Week, early Friday at 9. And she did her due diligence. She got back in touch with me and told me that Mr. Wolf was on his way back to town and would be here, and that Mr. Smith said he would be here as well. She had not contacted Ms. Linda at that point, so I had her go and post this meeting as a meeting that we felt that we were going to meet a quorum. And since then, we've gotten emails saying that one Mr. Wolf says that he felt that the meeting needed to be after the holiday, which, you know, so I guess he's sitting 2 blocks down right now, choosing not to be here so that we could have a quorum.
Wow.
I understand Mr. Welly is out of town. I knew that from the beginning. And it appeared Mr. Smith was going to be here, but something apparently changed with his plan. So this is the 3rd time that we've tried to call a meeting where these 3 councilmen have chosen not to be here. And I feel like this is very derelict of their duties. They're sworn to be here representing you as the citizens. They took this oath just like I took an oath. And in every way, there's been, you know, these games and whatever you want to call them, things that they're playing, that they're neglecting these duties. We can't get any business done. This is city business. This is city business that needed to be taken care of. I have been serving this community for 30 months. That's 2.5 years. In 2.5 years, I've missed 1 meeting, and that's because of my passing of my daughter. That's the only meeting I've ever missed, and that was this past meeting, ever. I look back previously in July and October.
And that's because, by the way, when she says 2.5 years and you say she's only been there for 7 months, she was on the planning board before that. That's what she's referring to.
Us do city business. I find that very unprofessional, very disrespectful, not only to the council, but to you. And I know some of the people here are not going to like what I'm saying, and some of the people don't care what I'm saying. Some of the people know what I'm saying is the truth. I've looked back prior to how many city council meetings had been called by the previous administration over several years, and not 1 meeting that was called was never not attended by quorum. I understand people being, I give Mr. Welly, he's got family in Minnesota, I give him that. I understand that. But I don't understand sitting 2 blocks down from the city hall and choosing not to come. I have a problem with that. I've been in business management administration for a long time. There's been a lot of unacceptable behaviors. Now, granted, I hadn't been in politics instead of, you know, this table anywhere else. But I think that even requires more of a duty than if you're in the private sector and you're expected to be at work. So, with all we've been through, all I can do at this point, being as we do not have a quorum, is to close this meeting.
Wow. You know, I got to hand it to Michelle Miller. I mean, don't you have to do that? Who's gone through more than she has? Does she sound believable to you, or does she sound like this dude here who explained why the council should not give the CFO of the city, the mayor, the financial reports? This was the reason why by Jerry Smith.
And just a very much a liability, bad liability.
I'll say.
And just a very much a liability, bad liability
What does WMBB, our local news, have to say about it?
In Panama City Beach, I'm Tom Lewis, News 13, Panhandle Strong.
I see. And what are they saying over in Panama City as they're trying to get rid of Mayor Rowan? Because Mayor Rowan and Mayor Miller, who have only been in office for 6 months, are completely unacceptable to the St. Joe Company, the big developers, William Harrison, and the rest of them. What are they saying over on the city council? Hey, Josh Street, Commissioner Street, what's the latest status? Sending it over to ethics? I'm so happy. I'm so happy that the commissioners in Panama City who have this sudden obsession with the Ethics Commission, we got to make sure that Mayor Rowan didn't grab somebody's butt. By the way, I know who the ladies are now. You're not going to believe it. When the stories find, and they don't care. They think, well, if we just destroy him enough, we can get a recall effort and then drop everything and say, let's move on. Let's move on.
Thank you very much.
That's a direct quote from Josh Street, the commissioner. Spankfest Golf. What did I call it? Golf Spank Jam?
Thank you very much.
And of course, I say that because when they were doing this absurd and outrageous attack on the new mayor, well, Mayor, we think maybe you had a public record. Maybe you tried to divert money. And by the way, heard you grabbed a lady's butt around here and put your hand on the small of another woman's back. Oh, Doc Rowan said, what in the hell are you all talking about? And as they continued their petty, stupid, absurd bullshit, Doc Rowan said, well, I guess why don't you just spank me, Josh, and get it over with? To which, of course, Josh Street took a deep breath and said, Josh Street says, I think you'd enjoy that, Mayor. And then Arthur Collins in the crowd going, William Harrison's over there going, yeah, we know about you weirdos. You weirdos, man. Here's Josh Street right there. Oh, you'd enjoy it, Mayor. You know why he said that? Because they were planning the sexual harassment allegations. I knew it. That was a week before they launched them. They didn't have the ladies ready yet. The ladies. They didn't have them ready yet. Add Bernie to it. Send him to the Ethics Commission. You knuckleheads. You weirdos. God, you guys are friggin' weird. And behind the wall, while this was going on, you had Griff Griffiths. Look, he was behind the wall during the intermission. And an assistant city manager who loves to send the cops after people, Jared Bones Jones, says, hey, Mayor, Representative Griffiths is behind the wall. He needs to talk to you during the intermission. And Griffiths interrupts a government proceeding because it's intermission. They just attacked Doc Rowan out of the blue 2.5 weeks ago, Mayor Rowan. And then they call him behind the wall during intermission. He has to go to the restroom during the intermission. But Griff is there going, we're going to get you. We're going to get you. Senator Trumbull and I have been watching. We're going to get you, you liar. And Doc Rowan says, shove it up your ass. Get out of my way. I got to go to the restroom. And Griff's chasing him down. 80-year-old Doc Rowan, the mayor. Griff's chasing him down. You a tough guy now? You a tough guy now? This was reported to the police department by Mayor Rowan. And, of course, the boss of the police department, who was part of the complaint, Jared Bones Jones, the assistant manager, leaks the audio to WMBB because WMBB's in on it. Representative Griffiths interrupted a government proceeding and threatened the mayor. And you've got this big skit going on with Tom Huey Lewis in the news, a damn political whore propagandist spreading toxic propaganda throughout his own community because he doesn't give a damn about his own community. WMBB keeps saying, Panhandle Strong, Panhandle Strong. Do you know why? Because Panhandle Strong is a nonprofit owned by Mark Money Mover Sheldon, the Panama City Beach mayor. He owns Panama City. What's it again? Well, let's listen. I'm getting fired up. I can't even remember what the hell it is. What is it again, Tom Lewis?
In Panama City Beach, I'm Tom Lewis, News 13, Panhandle Strong.
We'll give you a lot of money to your station. Somebody will fund Panhandle Strong nonprofit. Somebody will fund it. We wonder who it could be. Who's got unlimited funds that might fund the nonprofit? And then the nonprofit, hey, we'll send a bunch of money to the news so the news can...
In Panama City Beach, I'm Tom Lewis, News 13, Panhandle Strong.
The whole community will think we give a damn about them. And we'll control the news and turn it into a public-private partnership propaganda arm, and we'll undo elections, deny the people honest services. FBI, are you listening? I know Homeland Security is listening. Homeland Security is always listening, okay? So I know they're listening. I don't even address them. You say, Bernie, the FBI is listening too, pal. I know they probably are, especially after Lynn Haven city manager Vicky Gaynor lied to them and said, Bernie Thompson's on James Finch's payroll. That's the only reason he's reporting what turned out to be the truth. Bernie, why are you defending them? I said, it's the truth. And what happened? Ding, ding, ding. What always happens. Why? Because my allegiance in these matters is to the public trust, is to the truth. You can't buy me. Nobody's even tried. You know, you ought to at least give it a shot. I mean, I might have a price, for God's sake. If you see me driving around with new chrome on the town car and a big, big, wide brim fur felt hat, you'll know someone's paid off Thompson. But until then, man, I'm telling you the truth. I'm giving it to you straight. Yeah, that's what they told the FBI. My name ended up on an FBI investigation memo because of that liar who's sitting in office in Lynn Haven. I've seen her lie to the judge, and they let her. She lies to the FBI, and they love it. Almost like they've been working together. Oh, accountability's coming. I can feel it. Can you feel it? As a matter of fact, if you don't know, they did not, the city council members did not resign today in Mexico Beach. I was wrong in my prediction. Told you, Bernie, you thought they were going to resign, you dummy. No, they did not resign today. They just didn't show up. They weren't there at all. 3 empty seats. Now, they've got until December 31st to resign, or else they've got to fill out the new Florida Ethics Form 6 financial disclosure, which is pretty in-depth. And I don't think there's any way they're going to do it. So my prediction stands with one little amendment, one small modification. All right, so they didn't do it today, Thompson. Bet they do it next week. I'll bet they do it next week. Hey, let's see. I wonder if I can go back. How does this work here? Let's see if I can. There's that. Okay, let's see if I can get over to. I'll tell you. I'll end with this. I'll tell you what my prediction is. Yeah, look at that. We can do it. All right, here's my prediction. Bernie, how do you feel about your prediction? Do you still think you're right that the Mexico Beach city councilmen are gonna resign? Here's my answer.
I can feel it down in my plums. They're getting a nice bluish hue. Getting ready to take them to the farmer's market. Special 2 plums for 1.
Yeah, I'm sticking with it. I think these 3 guys are going to resign. Absolutely think they're going to resign. I'm sticking with that one. They didn't do it today, so they could say Thompson was wrong. Hey, it's just a prediction, man. didn't say it was fact. It's a prediction. And by nature, predictions can be what? Anybody? These people are unbelievable. All right, I'm out of here. That's what happened today. I'm telling you, if five more, I've already had two. If 5 more local politicians resign before December 31st, I'm going to wear the biggest, widest brim blue fur felt Stetson hat you ever saw in your life.